Okay, so this computer model represents the most comprehensive terrestrial data set ever put together for the extinction of the dinosaurs in this area?
Yep, it's America's Next Top Model.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Valley of the Last Dinosaurs. Tonight, I'm back in Marmarth, North Dakota, hanging out at the Marmarth Research Foundation's lab house with one of my best friends and one of my favorite scientists, Gabby Rosetto.
Hey guys.
Gabby's the Paleobotany Collections Assistant at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, but she's also the GIS guru who's keeping up with all the geospatial data associated with the fossils that you've been seeing us collect all season long. Gabby, I've seen a ton of holes in the ground with lots of fossils. I've seen a lot of collections full of specimens. Each one of them has a locality tag on it. How in the world do you keep up with that vast amount of data?
You're right, it's a ton of data because we're talking about collections made over a collective of 100 years between the Smithsonian, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and the Pioneer Trails Regional Museum. So it's a ton of stuff, and the way we do that is with GIS software, and it really helps us to create these geodatabases, save all that important information all in one place.
That's cool. And so I noticed you were plotting a bunch of that locality information up on this map, and each one of these little dots represents somewhere that a fossil was found?
That's correct, and this isn't even all of them. So GIS helps us with all that X and Y data, and you guys have seen our geotechnical specialists running around, Erica and Matt, and they have been using a differential GPS. So not only is this a GPS locality map, it's super precise and accurate in the X, Y, and Z directions.
X, Y, and Z. So right now on this map, I'm looking at the X and Y. That's the Latin long.
Right.
What's the Z plane all about, and why does it matter to collect that?
So we are super interested in the Z-plane because that's the elevation. And the elevation allows us to put all of these points in space and time.
Oh wow, time. Okay, so I'm remembering back to geology class. The oldest stuff is on the bottom,
Right.
and the younger sediments are on top. And by keeping up with the elevation data, that Z-plane, you're able to take all of these fossils and figure out what sequence they were laid down in this sedimentary environment, right?
Right. So what we've done with that is we've also taken all of this X, Y, and Z data for the contact between the Hell Creek and the Fort Union and using that as a proxy for the KT boundary extinction layer.
Oh, right. So we talked to Antoine Bercovici from the Smithsonian. He's out here using the pollen to help pick that proxy for the KT extinction event. And you guys are actually mapping that event in as a plane across the entire field area?
Yeah, so this is the model here, and with this plane, we can actually take ourselves anywhere in our study area, plot a point where we have a fossil, and get a really good estimation of where we are relative to this boundary, how many meters we are above or below it. Even if it's nowhere around, we can't see the contact, we don't know where the pollen is yet.
Oh wow, that's so cool. I'm just now putting this all together. If you're out in the middle of this field area and you can't see the KT boundary anywhere, you can pretty much plot this on a computer and see that pink plane hovering above your head and know
Right.
just where you are relative to the extinction of all these dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's a really great, useful tool because our scientists are really interested in finding out what was the tempo and mechanism of the extinction event and how did all these organisms recover from that.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So I've really had a lot of fun with you guys out here collecting and digging the fossils, and it's even more fun to see them prepared and put on a shelf. But I think the thing I'm looking forward to the most is seeing the research that you guys do. And now I understand this model you're making is kind of the key to putting all that research into the appropriate context.
Yeah, this model is really going to help the scientists all collaborating on this project to really take all these data points and make some real sense of them in stratigraphy, and to also get an idea of what was going on with all of these awesome animals.
That's so cool. So understanding the extinction and how it works over time, and you're going to take all this data, I understand, and present your methods at the GSA conference here?
Yeah, I'll be doing a presentation at GSA and getting into the real details of how I made this model in GIS and all the methods that went into this big project.
Oh man, the model is so cool. It's mind-blowingly cool. This is my favorite part of the experience so far. So thanks for taking a minute with us. I know you got to get back to crunching the numbers here, and you got lots of work to do. So I guess we should say bye to everybody.
See you guys later.
Yeah, bye. See you next time.